Welcome back, everybody, or welcome if you are new, back with another World of Outlaws Dirt Racing Career Mode episode. Getting into the later part of the Street Stock season here. We're 11th in the points, didn't have a good Port Royal, but to showcase there is very hard. 8th at Lernerville and 15th at Weedsport. It's the worst we finished in like a normal race this season so far, but today we got Charlotte, Limaland, and Lucas Oil. I think we could do decent at Lucas Oil and Limaland as long as I don't hit the tires down at the bottom. Charlotte, I don't know how this is going to go. It's a bigger track. I need to change the laps to 20. And we just ended up getting the suspension for this car on level 5. We got one upgrade for it. So I think the next 2 races we'll be able to upgrade this fully. So it'll be really good going into next season. Then we just got to save up money for anything else if we need it. But suspension upgrade, hopefully that'll help us out here because it's first race we'll have with it here at Charlotte. So hopefully it helps us get a little quicker. All right, we were able to get about 3 tenths quicker than the practice time, which I was fairly surprised about, but I don't remember what our qualifying goal was. Is it top 10? Wow, that's actually pretty surprising that I was that much faster than it in practice, because I thought it was like a top 15, top 20. I honestly forgot what our sponsor goal was, but top 10 is very doable, I feel like, for us. I have the set up like gearing for the bottom, so if I have to try and run top for the A main or something, I might have to change the gearing a little bit. But I have it set up for running the bottom mainly, so we're like maxed out when we're trying to run the top up there. Not a great 3 and 4. This track's a little weird just because it has that like flat area down on the bottom before the tires. Because when I run this on iRacing, you can get right down on those tires because there's no flat area like that. It's just the grass and the tires. There's no odd like apron area like this track has here. So either those tires need to be pushed out or that apron area needs to not be there. One of the two. I'm not sure. But 4th for Heat 2, 14th overall. Not terrible, honestly. I feel like I want to just change that down to 4-2 because that was what it was originally. And I moved it up because it was a lot tackier in practice. So I was able to run bottom better. But I feel like it's getting slicker and slicker. I may want the a little bit more RPMs to work with. We'll see, because I'll try and mess around, move around if need be. See if we could try to get in front of Cam Durans here. Everybody goes straight to the top. Got Schneenkloth, got Carson Vanden top here. I'm honestly shocked everybody went straight to the top. I want to try and slide up, but Cam Durans gets a good run there on Carson. Not able to sweeten the deal and get us a 2-for-1. They're kind of pulling away for us. Didn't really get enough of a run off the corner to slide up there at any point. I just feel like we just don't have too much speed up top, so I'm actually concerned for the feature to see what's going to happen, because if I just finish 4th here, we'll be in 14th. Try to run the bottom again here, see what happens. May move that gearing back again to 4-3. If I'm just running better on like the middle to bottom anyways, I don't want that gearing to be a little bit better for us. What was that? That was a 9. I think we ran a 9 on the higher side too. I'm not sure what to do exactly. Not sure 100% what to do. This is the first time I've ran here, I think, in almost, no, not any car. I think we ran here one other time before, but I really don't know what I want to do with the gearing for this track, because I don't know if I want to run middle to bottom. I think that's where I want to be. So I think I'll move that back to 4-3 just to have a little bit more acceleration off the corner, a little less top speed if we were to run the top side. Might get maxed out. But I don't think we're going to be moving that high up the track just because it didn't really work out for us at all. There wasn't really any benefit in it. Did not have a good start though. Patrick Barnes gets under us. So as I say, we're not going to run the top, have to run a higher line, at least turn 1. Try to get a good enough run, get in front of Barnes. We do. Kind of maxed out going right into the corner when we ran like that middle-ish line. Tanner Vanden top's all the way back here. Kind of like that middle line a little bit. Can slide up there in front of Tanner. Jeremy Cross is right up here in front of us. Ricky Cox is up there 3 wide. Let's see if we can't get in front of Tiernan. He is the points leader right now. I think he's got a 10-point lead over Brandon Durans, who is that 19 red car up there. I think him and Cam Durans are side by side right now. They sure are. That's actually quite interesting. Trying to get our way up into 11th here if we can get by Cross. Everybody is ripping that outside. I'm kind of just running this middle, and it's working for me. As I say that, Tiernan gets under us. We're 3 wide. Now we're not. We're 2 wide. Still going to run this middle. He can run all the way down on the bottom. Going to slide all the way up in front of Jeremy Cross there. We're going to force him to kind of run the outside. Cox is falling back to us. So is Brandon Jurens up there as well, which is shocking. Carson, Van and Top in front of Cox. I'm doing really well on this middle to bottom right now, so I need to not abandon this. I'm just running 9s consistently, it seems like. So I will take that, because it seems like when they're running super high, if somebody's a little slower in front of them, they're getting really slowed up on the straightaway. But that will get us up into our top 10 goal, sliding right up in front of Ricky Cox there. Really nice. Now let's see if we can get in front of Brandon Jurens. We're already in front of Tiernan, who's the points leader. Brandon Jurens is second in the points, so if we can get in front of both of them for this race, that'd be shocking. I'm shocked we're in the top 10 in general, just because this is like a bigger track. I thought we might need a better engine, but maybe that suspension upgrade is paying off for itself already. I don't know, because this is the first time with this suspension upgrade. In the local series, I think I came into this with the top 2, the tires and the suspension at tier 4, and the engine and chassis were tier 3. Now I have the tires at 5, the suspension 1 upgrade at 5, and the chassis and engine both at 4. So that might be the sweet spot in winning the championships for the street stocks. At least you need like an extra little boost there on your parts. But once we get to the higher series, I don't know what we're gonna do with some of these cars, because like I'm gonna be maxed out. It's gonna be hard to try to deal with them. We're gonna get up in front of Cam Jurens, but he's gonna cross us back over. We're halfway through this race. The leader is just coming off turn 2, so we're not super far behind him by any means. Let's see if we can get back in front of Cam here. Try and catch back up to Brandon. My tires, I don't know if they're falling off later on in this run. I have a cat that's bringing me a toy. Now he's going to eat food, so that's perfect. It comes at the worst time. They want me to come and throw a toy. Like, he'll bring a whole stick and ball that he wants me to chuck so he can play fetch with it. It makes no sense. My cat's so weird, but it's hilarious. Got in front of Cam there. I hit the invisible wall outside on the front stretch just a little bit. Cam's getting under us. I'm trying to pinch him down. A lot of lap traffic up there. Oh my goodness. But it seemed like when I was under Cam, we were getting a good run, and he was slowing up, and when he gets under us, he gets a good run. Able to hold them off there. So we're up in 9th right now. Kieran back in 8th, current, or 10th. 8/10ths back is what I meant to say. But he's in 10th. But we're not really catching Brandon now. He's been pulling away from us the last few laps, which is unfortunate. I don't know if like his setup started coming in better, or he started running that bottom side and got better. I have no clue, because I've been running pretty similar lanes the entire time. Kind of running about the same lap time the entire time as well. But Charlotte being one of our better tracks, I will take that, because wasn't expecting it for a bigger track like this. But hopefully it's just that suspension getting better and better. Brandon getting into a lap car there. That'll be the first lap car we're catching up to in Ericsson. Hopefully we don't have any troubles with them. Got 4 laps left here. Yeah, we're consistently running like 15/9s like every lap, which is really nice. So being consistent there, which is great. Staying the same distance in front of Tiernan. Cam Jurens is slided in there, trying to push us all the way up into the lap car. I'm going to go 3 wide on the lap car. Sorry, not sorry. You got put in a bad position because Cam came flying out of nowhere. And somehow we're going to tub both of them. I figured we'd get by the lap car, but wasn't expecting to get back in front of Cam there on the top side. That was actually pretty nice. 2 laps to go. Let's not choke this 9th place and get 10. Try and just hold the bottom lane here. Get up in front of this lapper so he doesn't get side by side with me. Got Chuck Diaz in 23rd. Getting lapped. Yeah, Brandon Jurens just pulled away from us. There's no catching him at this point. Unless we get a caution. Cam gets a huge run there on the bottom. I kind of slid up a little bit as well. And as I go to block the bottom, I hit that apron down there. But we are going to hold off Cam, which is perfect. So we get 9th out of Charlotte, which I'm super shocked by. But I will take that for sure. Will that help us out in the points is all I want to know, because we were 11th in points. I think we were like 8 to 10 points behind guys in front of us. I'm not sure. Heath gets to win. Riley, Schneencloth, Dylan. He's not a full-time guy, though. Kylie, Mikey, Carson and Brandon, because I think it was Tanner, Jeremy, and Carson were all tied in the points coming into this week, but we don't catch them fully at all, so that's unfortunate. There is a helicopter going off or something in the game. That is crazy sounding, but Heath gets his second win of the year. Brandon has a 16-point lead over Tiernan, and 6 more points to Heath, so Heath is starting to work his way back up the field towards them now. But good sponsor payout. That is nice. Getting 4,700 there and some sponsor goals. $28,000 for one race. Let's go get upgrade number 2. We already had $12,000. Now we're up to $41,000, so we could almost get both upgrades, but not quite. We're going to be like probably 15,000 short of the next upgrade, I would imagine. But getting second upgrade will be really nice. We're going to be at how much? 14,000. All right, so we're like 20,000 short, $22,000 short of this last one, which we should get $22,000 at Lima Land. As long as we finish top 10, think we'll do all right and get that much money, because we just got 28 or so from getting 9th at Charlotte, and it was $11,000 to win. This is $9,000 to win, so we need to just finish top 10, and I think we'll be fine getting $22,000. So hopefully we can do that here at Lima Land, get another top 10 incentive for that little extra bonus money. That would be really nice, but we're starting to get more and more consistent now. Hopefully we could try to start working towards some top 5 finishes. That'd be awesome. All right, barely able to get that practice goal of that top 10. It was really close, but the street stock, you're able to go over the tires a little bit here at Lima Land. Like, you can kind of slide it over the tires in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 is a little sketchier for sure, but 3 and 4, you can kind of get the car right over in the middle on top of the tires. No work. You're not going to hit it like you will in most of the other cars. I think pretty much every other car. I don't know about every single one, but I know most of them usually hit like the front end down on the tire and stuff, so like you can see I can slide right over the tire right there because I get it like in the middle of the car. I have hit it before in the street stock as well, so definitely not foolproof, but you have like a pretty good success rate of it, so if you want to risk it, you can go over the tires with this car at least. But pretty good first lap, a little bit better second lap. That still puts us 18th though, because the qualifying times get so crazy. So we're gonna be 4th in heat number 3. Top 4 are going to make it, it looks like. So, yeah, top 4 advance the A-main. We're in the transfer spot, so with there being 5 heats. But if I can gain a spot here, that could put us up into, like, 13th, which would be fantastic to start and try and get a top 10. Try and get up in front of Billy Green. We are going to barely sneak up in front of him. Want to try slide up in front of Kylie here. She had too much of a run, I feel like. Yeah. Not able to get up in front of her. That would have been really nice, because then we could have been the qualifying dash start top 10 regardless, which would have been great. But they are pulling away on that top side. I can't really keep up with that here. Bottom is definitely much quicker for me at this track, but just got to be careful on those tires. Like I said, just don't want to hit them. You can go over in this car like 90% of the time, but I definitely have still hit them in this car. But most of the other cars, I can like get down and get really close, and every now and then I'll clip it with the front nose, and they'll completely mess you up. Usually hurt your radiator or engine and all that. I think I flipped one time. I can't remember in what. It might have been in a UMP or a big block from hitting the tire down in the corners. But Lucas Oil next race, definitely you could hit with any car, because there are big tires just sitting in the middle of the track. Well, not the middle of the track, but on the bottom of the track. And that's going to put us 13th for the A-main, which is really nice. It's a lot better than starting 18th, but definitely need to stay away from the tires next race at Lucas Oil. That's going to be a tough one, because I always try to cut it super, super close in 3 and 4, and I usually end up clipping it at some point in the race, I would say. It's not foolproof. I definitely hit them quite a bit. Like, me and tires definitely have a bad relationship in these games. I did it in the previous one as well. That one popped me up just a little bit, like that front right just barely like hit up off the ground. I feel like nothing too bad. We're up to 10th already though, somehow just running the bottom. Everybody's getting checked up on the restarts, trying to keep the car from freaking out over the tires. There's not a whole lot I could really do, but seeing if everybody gets checked up top, we can gain any more spots. We got Tanner Vanden top on our outside, who we're somewhat close in points with. Cam Jurgens is behind us already, so I know he's a little bit ahead of us in the points, I want to say. 17 laps to go. Who's out front? Brandon Jurgens is out front right now. And who is behind him? I can't recognize the car very well. Steenkloff not too far up there. Tiernan is like like 3 cars ahead of us and like 6 or so. He's having a couple rough races. Heath is 3 ahead of us now. Tiernan's now moving forward. He got in front of Schneenkloth and stuff up here. Schneenkloth seems like he's holding up some guys that are up here, but he is ripping that top side now. Trying to get back in front of Tiernan, and he's going to. Wow, that was flying by him. He was going for it, but we got Riley Crimmins in front of us. Heath right in front of us, who has 2 wins, trying to catch them for the lead, like the points lead, that is. Need to watch out my tear-offs a little bit. We have about like 1 a lap at this point, or close to 1 a lap. We're up to 8th. Schneenkloth right in front of us with Mikey. Try and get a 2 for 1 here. At least getting Schneenkloth for sure. We are going to get a 2 for 1. We're up to 6th. Tiernan back on the inside. Oh, that's Crimmins. That's Riley. They got very similar looking cars, just different numbers. So they might be like teammates or something like that technically. I'm not sure. Their paint schemes are very similar. But Schneenkloth and Riley both get back in front of us. We're back to 8th once again, but we are starting to get some results, it looks like, with the upgrades of the suspension, which are really, really good news for us going into next season, because I still have 1 more upgrade I need to get for the suspension, and then we'll see how we can do at Lucas Oil, because that'll be the first time having that full upgraded, getting all in the Riley. Try not to hit the invisible wall down there. If you go too low down by the cones and stuff, there's an invisible wall down there for sure that will mess you up pretty badly. But we're fighting Riley for 6th place right now. Let's see if we can slide in front of them. Now they're going to get a good enough run, hold us off for now. We were definitely better than them on the bottom, I would say. But now they moved up to the top. They don't really pull away there in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, they're much better. But I'm going to throw a Hail Mary slider. They're just going to stick it to the outside and get by us. Dang it. I was hoping we could slide right up in front of them. Need to get close enough to get that opportunity again. I'll throw even a harder slider all the way up to a wall. I might slam the wall trying to get in front of them. If we can keep it close here in 1 and 2, that'd be perfect. We are keeping it somewhat close in 1 and 2, but he's getting that run on the exit, which is killing me right now. Got 5 laps to go. Leader is in 3 and 4, so they are very quick. Brandon Jordan's absolutely ripping. Might get the points lead from this race. I'm not 100% sure. He'd have to gain 16 points over Tiernan, who's in 5th. I think that's about like 12 points. I don't think that's quite 16 yet. And Heath, I think, is behind. Oh, no, Heath is up there as well. Heath and Tiernan are actually battling for 4th and 5th right now. Crimmins comes down to the bottom because there's a lapper not that far ahead. Everybody's car is getting so dirty. I love the way that the cars get dirty throughout the races, though. They do a pretty good job of it, I would say. We got 2 laps to go here. Let's see if we can try and catch Crimmins for 6th place. That'd be really nice. We got a really good run through 1 and 2 right there. Gonna have to be a last lap pass if we can do it. But Crimmins is ripping the bottom. Really got to get over those tires down there. He's just getting too good of a run on the bottom. I don't think I'm going to be able to catch him off this final corner. We're going to get to his quarter panel, but not quite get him, unfortunately. But 7th place. I think that's the best we've done all year, so I cannot be mad about that so far. But Brandon Jurgens dominated that race. Jeremy Cross in 2nd. Dylan is really fast, but not a full-time driver. So he's ran like 5 or 6 races this year, but not all the races. So he's not going to be up there in the points regardless. But we're still 10th or 11th in points. That's unfortunate. 2 points behind Tanner Vanentop. 12 behind Carson, and Brandon does take the points lead. Oh, I guess were they closer than I was thinking? I don't even know. But Brandon, oh wait, no, Brandon might have had the points lead after last week, because I do remember it being 2-1-2. So now he hits 3-1-2. So he has 3 wins on the year. He is killing it right now. He's got a 24-point lead over Tiernan, and then even 8 more back to Heath, so doing very well on his part. We're still 11th in points. I'm hoping we can start passing some of these guys after next week, but that's definitely going to get us enough money to get this final suspension upgrade. That'll get us up to $43,000, which is pretty good. Car is still in great shape as well, which is fantastic. And then we'll get this final suspension upgrade, and we'll see what we could do here at Lucas Oil. I'm excited for that, because $36,000 is a lot of money, but now we can just save up money for the last 3 races of the year, see what we get, because the chassis is going to cost quite a bit if we do need it, but hopefully we'll be fast enough to where we can try and keep up with some of the front guys now. All right, I've barely missed this practice goal, but I only hit that one time. Other than that, I'm hitting like 3s and 4s, so this is going to be a struggle of qualifying and stuff for sure, because the practice goal was tough. I was not able to get that, and I'm not consistent enough right now to try and hit it as well, but we'll see what we can do. We're sliding out to start our lap. That's okay. Got a little bit of damage on the rear end. That's unfortunate, but we'll do the best we can here. At least it wasn't during the first lap. It was starting before the first lap, so I was just trying to run top to get some speed. That did not happen. And I definitely have hit the tires on turn 1 and turn 3 multiple times in practice, so I'm trying not to destroy the car any more than it already is from practice. Probably gonna have to repair the car after this thing just because of how much I've hit it, and it's like really damaged the car every time that happens. It's really unfortunate, but ran a 3:45 on the second lap, starting 5th in heat number 3. That's a yikes. I think there's what, 5 heats in this one, it looks like. Yeah, 5 heats. Top 4 are making it, and we're starting in 5th, so we got to gain at least 1 spot here, and I think that's on Thompson on the outside there, the number 1 car. It is Thompson. Jesse Wright is right in front of us as well. Ricky Cox up there in 2nd. I don't know who qualified pole. That's Tanner Van Top. I about killed the tire turn 1. Just because I was trying to enter under everybody. Being on the bottom lane, I'm going to try and slide up here. But I didn't want to hit that tire. Wanted to get up in front of Brett as well. I really don't want to go through a B main also, so I'm really going to be sending it here. I got room. I'm sliding up in front of Thompson there. Try to be careful in 3 and 4, like enter later. I need to not throw like a slider line and get down by that tire. Need to enter late and not try and apex too hard on the tire down there, because that's what I always try to do, and I end up destroying myself. Then you go in outside high and then cut down and get low towards the tire mid-corner, but not go in low. That's the main thing. But I always try to enter super low because there's a lot of room down there on the bottom. I could throw a really deep slider, but it's not the fastest, and I probably killed myself on the tire. Like, that was just a bad entry because I went down low too early. Need to go in from outside to in. Come off the corner lower instead of sliding up off the exit, because that is a lot slower for me here. That's a good corner. That's what I want right there. It keeps me out of danger of the tires, and we had some pretty good speed on the exit, but that's going to put us in 18th for the A-main. At least we're in the A-main. We don't got to go through the B-main or anything, but it's going to be tough to try to get a top 10 here, starting back in 18th, and I feel like we didn't have a ton of speed either, so it's going to be interesting to see what we could do. Definitely going to have to work on these setups more next season when we get this second time around on a lot of these tracks, because a bunch of these tracks were the first time I've been to here in the street stocks. And then the tracks that we have been at before previously, I was able to use pretty much what we were running in local series and just tweak the gear ratio, and we were pretty good. So these tracks that are our first time going here, definitely going to have to improve upon them on the second time around. Like, this is definitely one of them. Lima Land was one, but we actually had a really good Lima Land. Charlotte, no, Lima Land, was it Lima Land? No, Lima Land was one we ran before in street stocks. This is a new one. Charlotte was actually a new one. That was our best finish so far, tied with Lima Land, I believe. I think we finished 7th in both those. Might have been 8th at Charlotte, I'm not sure. But 7th at Lima Land for sure. Came out of the box hot on the start of the race, being side by side with people. These guys are still 3 wide, so we are catching them. Oh, and they're going around. Oh, I nailed him. Okay, that only gave us a little bit of aero damage. I got very lucky there, honestly, because I nailed straight into the side of him. But hey, that puts us up to 12th. You're saying there's a chance for a top 10 now, because we are all the way up here in 12 somehow, because they all 3 got slowed up. 2 of them spun around and got wrecked, unfortunately. Gonna try and get it down behind Cam Jurgens. Might be able to get under him before turn 1. We are able to. Just gotta not hit the tire. Oh my god, Jesse Wright is sending it. I was trying to use Kylie there to get straightened out early, but not able to do so. Trying to throw a slider here, get in front of Kylie. That had worked. We're up to 11th. Let's go. Try and get down in front of Billy Green. Saw him sneaking his way in there. Mikey got under us somehow. I don't know how that happened, but that run off the corner for us would clear him. get down to the bottom. I need to try to get in front of Jesse Wright. Really good turn one, sketchy hit middle of the corner there. I was really close to that tire. Kind of want to go run this low line for the slider. Jesse is getting such a good run through the middle of that corner, though. It's killing me. I can't throw my slider on because he's getting too good of a run. Need to just keep running my bottom line, I guess. Ooh. Tanner Vandentop slowed up massively there. Don't hit the tire. Had to straighten out really bad. We do get in front of Jesse, though, which is the big thing. That's up to 10th. I'm in the wall. Just try not to do that. Mikey's trying to work the bottom behind us, though. If I just block off the bottom, we'll be good to go. Get that outside to inside. Kind of a little too early still. Didn't cut it as late as I wanted. See, my turn one, I'm entering really nice. I'm just entering and turning a little too much. If I'm entering at the right time, I'm just turning too much still. Still the slightest bit early there in 3 and 4. I feel like I was just following in the tracks of the guy in front of us, which is not always the best because they can have a little bit different of an angle than we can, for sure. And I really edged that tire in 1 and 2. That is the angle I want for 3 and 4. That was good. And we catch up to Cox and Tanner fighting a whole bunch. Cox going way outside. We're gonna start catching him right now. We'll see if we can try to slide on the Cox's nose. The wild statement out of context. But who is that in front of them? Is that Carson in front of them? Oh no, that's Dylan actually that we were battling, not Tanner. Because Tanner's a white 81 as well, but I think he actually has a different number than them. I thought that was Tanner the whole time, but I think that's Carson in front of them too. In front of Cox and Dylan. But I just now looked up at the leaderboard and saw it was Dylan, not Tanner, this whole time. I'm getting so close to that turn 2 tire. It is very scary. Piece of dirt was in the wrong spot on the screen. We got 5 laps to go here, right on the tail end of Cox. We'll see if we can get by him or not. Dylan and Carson, huge door slam there on the backstretch. Doesn't get any of them too out of whack. Cox catches all the way up to them through that corner. Lost him a little there. Trying to hold this bottom lane in turn 1. Slid up a little too much for what I wanted. They get a good run on the exit of turn 2. They're all just running that outer lane though, getting that speed. I cannot keep up that speed as well as they can for sure. God, that tire is so close. I'm edging it so hard. That was a better corner. I didn't get down as low as I wanted to, but that was what I want to run, basically. But I'm so much more confident in turn 1 and where I enter and stuff than I am in turn 3. Like when I actually had a good entry line, I didn't turn it down enough. And then sometimes I turn it down too early. But final lap here, we're in 10th. At least we're in our top 10 goal for sponsorship. Oh, I had to miss that tire. Carson definitely was slowing up Dylan for quite some time. He's definitely slowing up Cox as well, but he's not going to be able to get around him, and I cannot catch them as well either. So we're going to finish in 10th. I don't know how we got up to a top 10. Starting back from 18th, we got lucky with that caution in the beginning, but who ends up getting the win? Brandon Jurens, 4th one on the year. Heath, where is Tiernan? 4th. So Heath actually might jump in front of Tiernan or get very close to him here. And we're still 11th in points. No matter what we do, we're still 11th in points. Unfortunate. But Cam Jurens is ahead of us in the points. Carson is as well. Ricky Cox is starting to catch us, but we're so far ahead of 12th in them, I'm not worried about it. And Brandon is slowly just pulling away from Tiernan and Heath there in points. Heath is only 4 points behind Adam now. So getting very tight up front towards the end of the season. 2 races left. We're 11th in points, though. I want to try to get a top 10 in points. That'd be awesome. And now we're just stockpiling money as much as we can, trying to save up next year and whenever we need to get another upgrade potentially. That'll get us at $35,000. I definitely had harsh driving there. I'm just going to repair the car because I know we're going to have to after next race anyway. So I might as well do it now and have the last 2 races where the car is clean for, basically. So that was $6,500 there. $28,000, almost $29,000 in the bank. We got Lincoln and Knoxville as our last 2 races. We'll go up to 18 laps for Lincoln because it's got a weird amount of laps set for it. So we'll go up to 18 for that. Might run 25 at Knoxville just because the big showcase, and we only got two races for that episode anyways. So hopefully next episode we could try to get to a top 10 in the points. We're 12 points behind Tanner right now, which is not too bad. 14 points behind Cam, 16 points behind Carson. So we really could get up to 8th place, I feel like, if we run well enough in these two races. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the street stocks. They've been a lot of fun. We've gotten a little bit better this episode, getting that suspension upgrade and everything. We're starting to see some better results, which is nice. And hopefully next season we could try to compete for like a top 5 or the championship potentially. It's gonna be real tough because these guys are really fast. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.